just listening to him talk about how he was basically thrust into the position of, I'm the man of the house now, I got to take care of my mom. He just became like a man at the age of 13 or 14, and I was just so impressed by his demeanor and the way he carried himself. I thought, man, these kids are going to need something without their fathers there. My dad did it, and I felt a personal duty to the country.
Feeling down, never felt this down before. It's got my mind racing, thinking thoughts I shouldn't be thinking. So many things went wrong, so many have gone. I've been hurting for so long, but I won't give up, I won't quit, I'm not built that way. It'd be so easy, I admit, I'm not built that way.
All right, welcome everybody to the Straight Talk Podcast. I am Johnny Moe. I am a 23-year Air Force veteran, active in reserve, 14 and a half years alcohol-free. I consider myself an alcoholic and suicide survivor, trying to raise awareness of mental health transition issues that veterans face and highlight those veterans that have gone beyond service to their country and their fellow man by starting up their own businesses, profits, scholarships, things like that. And today's guest is a man that I flew with several times, Matt Gwin. He's just retired in May of this year, 2022, after 22 years of military service. His time was all as a guardsman and a reservist. He's got 4 deployments. One of them was with me overseas, the same one I did in 11 and 12. And we'll keep it quiet until now, but he has a little foundation that he's created for specific individuals out of Puerto Rico because of his personal connection to the RICAN68, and we'll get into that here just shortly. Look it up online, RICAN68. Matt, thanks for doing this, man. I know we've been trying for quite a while to get this started, so we'll get it out and get it dropped tonight for Veterans Day. How's that?
Right on. Glad to be here, John. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Love the podcast.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's a work in progress, been a couple of years, but it's a work in progress, always growing, whatever. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So why did you join the Air Force? Why not go? I mean, you just don't strike me as a military guy, right? What brought you to the military? When we were flying over Iraq, I saw you sitting in the freaking navigator seat with your feet up. It's my first time over there, and you're just like, yeah, we're fine. And you took your head back. Yeah, we're on target. Like, you just don't strike me as the military type, man.
Well, my dad was in for 20 years. He was a F4 and B-52 crew chief in the reserves. So
F4 right there.
F4 is my favorite plane outside of the C-130, of course.
See it over my shoulder?
Oh, she's a beaut. Big old pig in the mud, right?
Pig in the mud, flying brick, brother, flying brick.
That's right. So yeah, and then the grandfathers and on. So I think I always had a plan to join the Air Force for sure. Kind of foreshadowing the beginnings of the foundation. I'll say, I graduated high school in '98. Mom and dad are footing the bill for college. I decided to go up to BG for 3 semesters and fuck that up. lost the funding there from mom and dad. So joined the Air
Right.
Force a little bit quicker than I expected to gain that lovely GI Bill and such. And that's why I joined, was because my dad did it, and I felt a personal duty to the country. Truly, I did, and then obviously for the scholarship sure helps.
Sure.
If I could do it all over again, I don't think I would change anything at all. I would have
No,
enlisted, and I think I would have done it all the same.
I say that too, because so many people are like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. And it's, well, why?
Nah.
This is where you're at because of those decisions. Now, if those decisions led you to some shithole, well, then yeah, you need to fucking change your mind. But right now, I mean, you're doing pretty well, I assume. I mean, you're not calling me for aid and assistance with the VA or anything, so you don't want to change that kind of stuff, man. So you started off as a cook. I mean, you're a smart guy. How'd you get cook? And not that cooks aren't smart. I'm just saying, Jesus Christ, fucking people. I'm just saying, you go from being a cook to a C-130 navigator. That's a far fucking stretch, Matt. How did that happen?
Well, again, my family, raised up, I was always cooking, always. And so I loved cooking. High school best buddy and I, we decided to join, and we look at the bonuses, and, $8,000 bonus for services, 5.5-week tech school. The next one was $6,000 bonus for munitions with a 4-week tech school. And we were like, fuck, we really don't want to go to tech school. $2,000. All right. The difference is a week. We'll do it. Fuck it. So we became cooks. And I'm so glad that I was, because it's if it's not the best job in the Air Force, it's the second best right after Nav. I loved it. It was the best. You get you're cooking, so you get all the food all the time, right?
Right.
And then let's say you're downrange at Camp Andy in 2002 and cooking in the flight kitchen, and it's a 3-beer limit. Your services buddies can only stamp your card so many times, right?
Right.
So you got to make watermelon wine and fruit wine, and you got access to all the fruit. So it worked out really nice.
Oh my God.
50 gallons later, it was well worth it to be a cook.
Well, I will say it was well worth it for you to have those services contacts in 11 and 12 too, because I seem to remember some things miraculously showing up in certain storage containers once or twice.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't
the
it
Eagle?
The Eagle.
With some other individuals who shall remain nameless.
Shall remain nameless. Yeah, Jarrett and Brandon. But anyway. Anyway, well, that's fucking amazing. So, I mean, how did you get up to being a navigator then? Did you just apply once you got your degree?
Yeah. So I got my degree, and I knew I just wanted to get an officer billet, whatever. I really didn't care. I was terrified of flying at the time. And so I figured, the recruiter said I could be a pilot, a navigator, an engineer, or a pastor. What the hell? Chaplain. I didn't have a degree for chaplain or engineer, so I could be pilot or nav. And I think it might've been Ron Barr who told me he was doing the nav stuff. And he said, do the nav, and if you want to slide into pilot, you can slide into pilot,
Yeah,
and I was
a little bit easier.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll get over my fear of flying. I'll get a commission, and I like to travel. So let's do it. So went up and interviewed with Casey Keebler and Chinky and Schaefer. I can't remember who all else. Hoder was there. Interviewed, and it was a pretty brutal interview. They wanted to know if I like to drink beer and golf, and how things would go on the road, and had some probing questions. Had to get a moral waiver from I think he's the colonel now, Van Duding.
Oh yeah, duty.
He had to get me a moral waiver because I was I had pulled some chain with the being a guest of the state there for a little while for some things I did as a young man before the Air Force. Got my moral waiver, and went to OTS.
Oh my God.
So yeah, the military life was it was different than the life that I'm used to. Exactly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you got, it wasn't your first deployment, but I was always like, geez, how is this fucking guy still doing this? Like, just always just go, go, go. And everything was a joke and nothing was serious. I'm like, this dude's gonna, fuck, this is crazy. But I want to tell you now that Matt took some assignments that he didn't have to for different reasons. And the things that Matt does now for certain individuals definitely outweigh the ridiculousness, I guess, that we did during certain times. He is truly one of a kind with a ginormous heart, and his business mind is something that can definitely be used to help others. So I want to talk about how that came about. You took an assignment in the Puerto Rican praying, right? Puerto Rican Air National Guard.
Right. Yep.
So tell me about that. When did that happen and how did it come about?
Well, let's see. So in 2014 was my last deployment with Youngstown. It was a good one. And get back, going through a divorce. And I decide, well, I better quit flying and bring it back here to the house. I'll transfer down to Right Pat and go to Intel. I'll be close to the kids, yada, yada. So
Right.
I did acquisitions Intel, which was not my bag. So did that for like a year and a half, waiting on TSSCI to go through, yada, yada. It was all right. There were nice people there. It just, I never got to do anything. So it kind of sucked. Anyway, get remarried. And my new wife says, well, you like to fly, go fly. I support you. And I said, okay, I'll go fly. So I applied to Schenectady, Hurricane Hunters, and Puerto Rico because the locations and missions were all awesome, right? I figured, fuck it.
Yep.
Be a good time. Puerto Rico's the first one to call me back. Went down there a little bit later and interviewed and hired me that weekend, and kind of did it from there. I went down there for like 3 or 4 months initially, living right on the beach, flying shore patrol, killer.
Yep.
Awesome squadron.
Yep.
Great dudes. It was me and just like 2 other gringos in the whole place, but the other 2 gringos were, one guy was from the Virgin Islands and the other guy had been down there for forever and spoke fluent Spanish. So I was really the only kind of milquetoast gringo. It was pretty cool though. It was awesome. They accepted me very well. Open arms, very nice dudes.
Yes.
And,
very.
Got to do some cool stuff with them.
Yep.
Just flying in the islands, down in South America. But after that first 3 or 4 month stretch, I was kind of very much a traditionalist, just down there flying the minimums. Basically, I go down for like a week a quarter, 10 days a quarter, and it was nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Those guys were really awesome down there. I only had ever one trip down there, and I don't remember if we did 2 weeks or 3. I don't remember what it was, but I happened to get on that rotation that did nothing but pre-flights.
Yeah.
So I never got to fly. I sat alert, but never went anywhere. Huge argument when I get home. You're like, I thought in Puerto Rico, I should have came down. Tried to get you to come down. You told me no. So now you want to come down and the price is tripled and I don't have it. So sit on your ass at home, sister. Rich Demchuk and I, every day we were on the same crew and, walking the beach, and yeah, it's a great place and the weather is nice to go fly. And I'm sure you had some amazing stories down there that we don't need to get into too much. But the purpose that you contacted me was because of your RICAN68.com and the 501c3 that you started for RICAN68. And for those who don't know, RICAN68 was a WC-130, which is a weather type aircraft that crashed in Georgia May 2nd, 2018, and killed all 9 souls on board, 5 military, 4 guests, and they left 19 children left behind. excuse me, Matt decided that, well, you know what, why don't you go ahead and tell the story? It was a tragic accident. Depending on how you interpret the accident report, whatever. The long and short of it is 9 fathers left 19 children behind, and Matt wants to do something about it. So Matt, tell me about RICAN68 and your 501c3.
So, it happened in May. I had just been in Savannah a month, or actually it was in March, just about a month before, with the Loadmaster, Sirkins, and I don't know, just all kind of hit fucking hard. So anyway, it happened and went down for kind of the services initially, and you meet the families and you meet the children and all of this, and I mean, I've never been a part of anything like that. Never had anything like that happen in my world.
Yeah, we hadn't had anything like that for quite some time in C-130s, and to have it happen with a unit that you flew with is
right,
and people that you knew it's very hard. It's very hard.
Yeah, it sucked, and so anyway, I'm down there meeting them, and get to talking to Eric Sirkins' oldest son there, and he was 13 or 14 at the time, and it just hit me like how this 13 or 14-year-old boy had just matured instantly, it seemed. And he's talking about how his responsibilities have increased tremendously, and he's got all this that he's going to have to take care of now because he's the man of the house. And I'm just looking at him like, man, you're an impressive kid. You're an impressive young man. Just, really moved by it. And then you meet everybody else and you just start putting all these faces to it. And, we went out that evening, did the typical stuff, and woke up the next morning. And that's when it hit me. You got 18 kids plus one in the womb, and their fathers are gone. And to kind of go back to what I was talking about earlier, as a 18-year-old boy myself, my parents, my father, mother, they provided a college education for me had I not went and squandered it. And so I figured, these kiddos are without a father who can provide that for them now, and I'm going to make something happen here for them. So I did, and they sold, all these T-shirts, and we got some, like, 2 big checks from some other donors, and got some good help from some other folks that are on the board there, the 501c3 board, some good ideas there, and managed to generate a good little chunk of money, and been able to finally award some scholarship this year. Was actually the first chunk that's went out.
Fantastic.
Yep.
What did you do? What was that first scholarship, if you don't mind me asking?
Sure. It was for $1,000, and I just require the kids to write a little 250-word essay. What is this? What does scholarship mean to you? What are your intentions with your post-secondary education? Tell me about it. And that's what we did. So, and actually working with, not working with, but waiting to hear back from Sirkins. So that'll be the next one we award. And
that's great, man.
Yeah, it's awesome. And, we've had, I don't know, probably a couple hundred donations over the years. And to finally be able to give it out this year was awesome. We've had 2 fundraisers with mixed results, unfortunately. It's kind of like what we were talking about before. You ask 9 out of 10 people in Dayton, Ohio, or Youngstown, Ohio,
right,
tell me about Puerto Rico. A lot of them will say, well, is that even America? Or do Americans live there? They don't understand that it's American soil as much as Ohio is. So trying to raise funds in Dayton, Ohio, even if it's right out the gate or right Patterson Air Force Base, is still kind of a challenge. So we've struggled with those two events, but it is what it is. We learned, and Facebook has produced a fair amount of donations, which I really appreciate, and the kiddos do too.
Good.
And the whole thing about it is, 19 kids. JR, the pilot's daughter, is she's 3. I mean, or 4. She's 4. She wasn't even born. So this thing's going to last for a number of years.
Yeah. I'm looking right at them.
Yeah. So that's kind of what it's all about. And
it's pretty obvious. It's near and dear to your heart, and it, God damn it. When people pass away and leave their kids, especially as military, you feel this draw, I have to do something. I have to take, I don't know. I need to do what I can do. Just saying I'm going to be there is not enough. So you kind of keep an eye on them from afar, and when they need help, you step in, and whether that's step in the limelight or step in under the radar, kudos to you, because we need to let those mothers and kids know that, hey, just because dad left, we didn't forget about you. We haven't forgotten about your dad. And I am purposely not using any female nouns, because it was 9 men on that airplane. So for those of you that are gonna have a little shit fit about me saying men, it's all men on the airplane, so I can do what the fuck I want. These kids, are they all in Puerto Rico? Is the scholarship only for the 19 children? Do you have plans to expand to where maybe you can offer scholarships to any military child or anything like that?
At this time, it's just for those 19 kids. It doesn't take an absolute ton of time or anything to manage it. There are some pains with it, but it is what it is. It's what I can manage at this time. And to do it for other military children, survivors, I don't have the. I have a passion for this. I believe in the RICAN68 kids, and that's what I don't think it would be. I would genuinely feel the same way about other folks.
Yeah, and it's no slap to you. It's no smack or nothing. You have something that you are passionate about and willing and able to control at this moment. So stick with it, man. It's
right.
Fantastic. Like you said, the first scholarship is this year. You've only been at it for 3 years. You've already got enough to give them $1,000 for that one. That's fantastic. Listen, if there's anything I with Johnny Mo Media or Save 22 can do to help you out, raising awareness or 501c3 information, anything that you need, please reach out to us, and I'm happy to help you. For those of you not watching on video, it's pretty obvious that this is very near and dear to Matt, and he told me he was going to have a hard time with this today. It just shows you his passion to take care of these kids, and the love that he had for the guys that were on that airplane. And we all go that route when we're serving with somebody. He's mentioned half a dozen people I served with, he served with, and it's just a little small community. It's a family. There's only probably 3 million of us in the whole world that have served in the U.S. military at this time, and we're trying to take care of each other. So Matt, what's that website, and how can people get in touch with you?
Sure, it's RICAN68.com, the digits 68, RICAN68.com. And you can click a link on there and make a PayPal donation. You can give me a telephone call. My number's on there. My address is on there. You can write me a check and mail it. You can give me a call and ask me about it.
I will keep
input. Be my guest. Number's 937-903-0662. Email address is the RICAN68 Scholarship or Foundation, rather. The email address is different than the scholarship. It's the RICAN68 Foundation at Gmail, and you can contact us through the website, Facebook page. So the other challenge has been, like I was saying, the whole distance thing, and being in Ohio and them all being in Puerto Rico. You reach out to, I was dealing with the JAG down there. trying to get contacts. Mario Ibarra was a pilot down there. He's out in Jersey now, I think. But he was helping out, and a lot of the families are just like hesitant to contact, I guess, because it's just some guy up in Ohio, and it sounds like a scam and whatever else.
They don't know who you are.
Say again.
They just don't know who you are.
Right. And you go down and it's just it's different. So, but I've hooked up with an old Army Sergeant Major down there, and he runs he sets up 5K fundraisers and stuff. We were supposed to go down there for one when the hurricane hit here just this fall, but it got that 5K canceled. But
I'm trying to make sure I spell your name right and got your freaking phone number in here right for the show notes when I do this. So that's the RICAN68 Foundation at Gmail is the email.
Yep.
RICAN68.com is the website. There's got a nice RICAN68 Foundation bar across the top with the contact us button in the corner there. Matt's personal telephone number was in the show, 937-903-0662. If you want to reach
out. It's on the website too, I think.
It is. It's under there. I saw that earlier. It's on the website as well. C-130s are a very, very small group of individuals to have ever been on them comparatively to some of the other things. So Matt, I commend you for doing this. Gave me chills the whole damn time. I'm not going to ruin the importance or the sincerity of this podcast by sending this out I will make sure that we get this in the show notes edited real quick and up on the air tonight for you in times for Veterans Day. Thanks for doing this. And again, if Save 22 or I can help you with anything with your nonprofit, please reach out and let us know.
Right on.
All right, brother, take care of yourself. And next time you're up this way, give me a call.
Roger that. All right, man. Thanks, man.
Take care of yourself, man. We'll talk later.
Feeling down, never felt this down before. It's got my mind racing, thinking thoughts I shouldn't be thinking. So many things went wrong, so many friends have gone. I've been hurting for so long, but I won't give up, I won't quit. I'm not built that way. It'd be so easy, I admit. I'm not built that way. So many I love that need me out. I wouldn't break their hearts or live in fear. Another day, and I'm still here. I prayed it won't find me, but it snuck up behind me.